Welcome back to D-Town Park. Let's explore a little deeper the ideas of an analytical approach versus a relational approach. Analytical approaches are what we're familiar with from the West in terms of understanding the whole by breaking it down into its component parts and understanding even those parts, breaking them down again into their individual constituent parts and understanding how it works as a whole. Reductionism, this idea. Relational sciences understand the whole by understanding what they're related to, and then possibly changing the things that they're related to and understanding how the whole behaves. Very different. Let's have a look at how this kind of approach operates in the human body in Chinese medicine. So let's have a look at these two diagrams on the screen. On the left-hand side, you have clearly the analytical approach, what we have bias for in the West, in terms of we break the human body down into its constituent parts. These two diagrams, the one on the left here is from 1543. It's a Vesali's, famous anatomist in the past of Eastern anatomy and physiology, right? On the right side, we have from the Japanese collection. In fact, the Chinese view is identical. In the sense, it's from 1341, and it shows you a picture of the human body with an energetic meridian on it. Now, these two views, or what we could call perspectives of the human body, have existed for at least 2,000 years. We have evidence of these diagrams much earlier, in fact. So let's have a look again more closely. This analytical approach on the left-hand side is showing you how the human body is broken down, and what we're interested in Western sciences in this reductionist approach is things we can touch, we can feel, and we can measure. We call this the substance-orientated approach. Substance, things we can touch, feel, and measure. On the right-hand side, we have what we call the Eastern view, and it is actually more interested than substance in function. Part of ourselves are substance and function, and it's really interested in what is the difference between the dead body and the living body. The less material aspects of ourselves that leave when we die and we're no longer alive. So you'll see this energetic meridian. We call this substance-orientated versus function-orientated. Let's go back to the one on the left here. On the left here, we have this substance-orientated approach, and this view and this idea of Western science and Western medicine has given us some of the great breakthroughs in Western health, in the sense that pharmacology and the ability for us to stop and block and control micro parts of our human system, and for advanced and complex disease states, this is incredibly valuable. Emergency medicine, how to put people back together, how to save your life in accordance with the biomedical theories. This stuff is invaluable, surely, from a Western idea of Western medicine. What we have from the functional ideas of Chinese medicine, the ideas of function disturbance and at the root balance. And I would suggest that what it is good at, Chinese medicine, is what Western medicine is slightly weak at. And what Western medicine is good at, Chinese medicine is fairly weak at. And because they come from such different origins and perspectives and reality tunnels of how we're seeing the same object. Now, whether you're thinking about things like functional imbalances, whether you can't sleep, or menstrual irregularities, or stomach problems, even skin problems, all of these kinds of things where we don't have a lot of organic damage or we can't find anything wrong with us from the Western medicine or objective medicine idea, evidence-based medicine, then Chinese medicine is looking at the balance and how you can become back into balance and all the things that are related to this balance, this imbalance that is happening in your body, and possibly be able to change that through acupuncture or herbs or specific wellness advice. Think about when you go to your Western doctor, you tell them about the subjective feelings of pain or subjective experience of your problems and imbalance or disease state, and then they will take your blood and break it down in constituent parts, urine, and they will understand from a substance-oriented point of view what is your problem. They'll tell you what your problem is, and if they can't find a problem, you don't have a problem, right? The ideas in Eastern medicine are very different. How the person enters the room, his complexion, the voice, the pulse, the tongue, how that person sleeps, what that person's digestion is like, the energy levels, so many things that make the landscape of balance and imbalance in health. And then they come up with a subjective diagnosis according to the subjective symptoms a lot of the time in terms of the treatment, and the recommendations for treatment, whether it be acupuncture, herbal medicine, body work, or the wellness ideas specific for that imbalance, so that those signs and symptoms will start disappearing. Changing the things around you, outside of you, that has the problem, for greater balance and health. These are very different ideas, but what I would say is they are perfectly suited to an integrative approach to a holistic or comprehensive management system in healthcare, where you use Western medicine for its strengths and you use Eastern medicine for its strengths.